Hello guys, and welcome to episode 2 of my Total War Warhammer 2 playthrough, playing as Lokhir Fellheart, leading the Blessed Dread to world domination. If you guys enjoyed the first episode and haven't already subscribed to the channel, then I suggest you do so, and turn notifications on so you can keep up with the campaign in the future. But for now, I think everything was done for this turn. We can only do the sacrifice to Cain here. We've already chosen our research, which is going to take 4 turns to do. There's nothing to do in diplomacy. We have a Black Ark upgrade available, but we're not going to do that, so let's just end the turn. So the plan in this episode is to attack the Star Tower. We'll try and get there as soon as possible and take down the High Elves in the region, destroying Teclis and his faction for good, which will remove one of the major threats in the area. Then we're likely going to want to deal with Lord Skrolk, who's actually come up and is hanging around Chupayotol, which is no good. So we're definitely going to have to do something about that. I may need to recruit a second army to help defend Chupayotol, and I guess that depends whether or not we can afford the upkeep, which we should be able to once we have taken over the Star Tower, since it does have obsidian and also the ability to create the Elven building there, which gives us some extra income, I believe. Okay, so that's that out of the way. Yeah, Headhunter's Jungle is going to rebel next turn, so probably worth building the army this turn if we're going to. But I'm hoping I can just jump on land here and attack the Star Tower straight away. I am in fact going to potentially activate the sacrifice to Cain. Let's go ahead and do that. It does last for a pretty damn long time, and we're not going to be using our slaves for anything else in the meantime, so I think it's worth it. It gives us the extra casualty replenishment rate, it gives us extra casualties captured post-battle anyway, so we'll fill back up our slaves. Slave decline rate does go up, but we don't actually have many settlements, so that doesn't actually affect us too much, because that's plus 50% to the percentage of decline rate we already have, rather than a base plus 50%, I believe. The income from post-battle loot plus 50% is really nice, and the Dark Conduit, that's the best part about the sacrifice to Cain. So let's go ahead and hit the Star Tower. I believe we should be able to. If we come round this side, we might be able to do it. There we go. Perfect. And we'll just continue the siege for now. I believe the Black Ark was in range, wasn't it? I think we'll just leave it there, because we don't actually have a building to recruit in Headhunter's Jungle. So if I create a new army here, I'm going to need to be in the radius in order to create that, which is quite something. Anyway, yeah, we're all good. We can attack this straight away. We don't actually have to wait, and waiting would probably be a bad idea since they'll just recruit some more troops. So let's jump on in. Now the reason I went around the right side there instead of the left side, it looked like the left side would have taken 2 turns. So I was hoping by going around the right side we could attack it immediately, and it turns out we could, so that's perfect. Otherwise, like I said, they would have recruited more troops and it would have been a little bit more difficult. Probably not difficult enough to stop us taking the settlement still, but it would have slowed us down, which is something that you don't really want to do at the start of any campaign. You don't want to get slowed down, you don't want to remain stagnant, because otherwise all the AI build up loads of other armies and will always be stronger than you for the rest of the game. You really want to get your foot in the door early on, get enough settlements to at least sustain a couple of armies, and then you're good from there on. So yeah, you can see the battle is in our favour already. What we're likely to do is just charge the wall, and I'm just going to keep all of my range forces off to the side for the time being until we can choose a decent spot for them. I'm also going to put my Manticore over here so that it doesn't get shot by the towers. I could have Lokhir go through the gate. The reason for doing that would be Dark Conduit. If he's surrounded, then we can use Dark Conduit now and do a ton of damage. An absolute ton of damage. Alright, so let's just have these in a group. We'll start the battle, give them the order to climb the walls. He can go knock on the gate. It might take him a while to take down the gate though, that's the only thing I'm worried about. And maybe we could have the Manticore help him. I don't know if it can, but if it can, that would be worth doing. These archers on the walls are going to suck. They're going to do so much damage to our units as we approach. Like this unit, for example, taking full volleys to the face from the archers. Now, I don't think archers have armor piercing, so we do have that going for us a little bit. Black Ark Corsairs do have 80 armor, so that will lessen the damage a little. But you can still see the amount of damage that they take. It's pretty nasty. Oh, and I am in line of sight of these towers, so just gotta make sure that's not the case. I might even just put the Black Ark Corsairs with handbows up on the wall straight away, honestly. Let's do that. If these guys can get the ladders up as well, we'll send them over. The Dark Shards should have the range to fire from that left-hand side. Right, as soon as they're on the wall, we'll make sure to attack the Lothern Sea Guard. This unit's actually really weakened already. All of these on the right-hand side need to just come over and attack the Lothern Sea Guard there as well. Is the Manticore helping us? Not really. Those Black Ark Corsairs also got forced back. They didn't even get up the wall. That's a shameful display. Okay. Well, apparently they recovered, but I think they're probably going to die. These guys haven't put up their ladders as well. I really wish they would just follow orders sometimes. Oh, come on, Manticore, help us out. There you go. I think it just does minimal damage. Look at that. I think Lokhir's only doing like 1% as well. It might have been better to just have him climb the wall. Alright, how are we doing up here anyway? Looks like they're kind of surrounding us. So, all we want to do is pick the unit furthest to the right and use the Dark Conduit. Here we go. We should see all of these units just disintegrate. I love Dark Conduit, it's so good. Alright, we'll put down some of these abilities on the wall. This is actually a unit that's just sat there doing nothing, so well, that should help us out a little bit. We'll bring down that ability there. And we'll bring down an ability, say, here. Should be fine. Cool. That should hit them quite hard, actually. Yeah, nice. Well, how are we doing on this gate? 78%. I mean, at this rate, it's probably not even worth it. Probably should have just climbed the walls. We're going to activate Murderous Prowess soon, which is nice. And if these guys continue to be concentrated on the wall, what I'll do is I'll just have Lokhir go up and stand in the middle of them, and then we'll Dark Conduit on top of him. Oh, we're doing plenty of damage, and now that we have Murderous Prowess, it's only going to get worse for them from here. We'll completely surround these Lothern Sea Guard on the right-hand side. We'll just sandwich them all in the middle once we take care of the Spearmen on the left. My Dark Shards are helping a little bit with these Spearmen, but not too much. Alright, let's just have Lokhir jump up onto the middle there. And I think I'm just going to have my Manticore fly off to the side, because he's not going to be terribly useful. Unless we could have him maybe engage some archers or something, but we'll see. Alright, these guys we're going to have just jump onto the edge, and they can use their handbows, whilst the standard Black Ark Corsairs can actually engage in melee. We'll make sure to dump some more spells down if they decide to stand in one spot. I think Lokhir's just going ham at the moment. He's just killing the archers on his own. Lovely, yeah. Great. Which one's the one with the lightning? Not the Sky Cauldron. I think it's the Cain's Lash. We'll use that, because they're really, really concentrated here. Yeah, that would have done a lot of damage to him. Great. Yeah, they were mashing right into my unit there. Right, looks like we dealt with the unit on that side, so we'll just continue pressing towards the center of the gate. If they surround Lokhir, then it'll be a perfect time to Dark Conduit. It will be soon. I'm just waiting for them to get a little bit more bunched up. I'm also just trying to move Lokhir into a better position, but the way that they're moving is kind of odd at the moment. Okay, let's just go and take out those with the hand bows. That's fine. Let's get down here. All right. So what we'll do is we'll run down. We'll give him the attack order. Hopefully he can get into the middle of them. Probably a good idea to just do it now, whilst we can. That will destroy both of these Lord and Sea Guard. Oh boy, it's so juicy. It's so juicy. And it is perfect to use on single characters. It just makes characters like Lokhir like so strong, because he's a small unit, he can fit in the middle of like hundreds of units, and you just wipe them out in one click. I love it. I wouldn't say it's as powerful as the Lizard Men's one though, that I got with Nakai. Can't remember his name. One of the Lizard Men Slan mages was just absolutely insane. But that is still very good. Dark Conduit is ridiculous if you use it correctly. Alright. This will help us get a serious advantage early on as well, which is nice. Like the Dark Conduit ability. Let's kill off these spearmen. The Blackout Corsairs here just using their hand bows to rip them to shreds. Alright, there we go. I think that's victory. We didn't even have to fight the Great Eagle or the Princess, so that's perfect. Nice. I think we did lose a couple units, but whatever. Only Black Arcs, Corsairs. I'm quite happy with that. So this should destroy Teclis and his faction. Guess we'll find out. We didn't actually lose a unit at all. We're actually just going to occupy this. Mainly because we don't really want this to suffer from public order too much. We will go and take the Fuming Serpent, which will mean we have to declare war on the guys we recently peaced out with, but I think that's perfectly okay. Okay, awesome. There we go. Order of Lawmasters already destroyed. And check out that replenishment. That's again due to the rite or sacrifice to Cain. Incredible. Alright, with our 5th skill point, probably worth maybe going down the Sea Dragon Cloak tree to make him stronger himself, or we could just go for Line Breaker. I think Line Breaker is probably better first, because that gives +4 melee defense to all of these units. So that's pretty damn nice. Yeah, we'll buff up all the Corsairs first, just so that we can use them for the time being. And what I'm going to do is we'll get ourselves a new Lord here. So it's probably going to be a Sorceress of some sort, since we don't really want another standard Lord. We can't recruit any Sorceresses yet. I did have a suggestion to build the building that allows us to recruit Sorceresses on the Black Ark, but it is going to take us a while to get there, because we'd need to upgrade this to level 4, which costs a lot of money, and we don't really have the ability to do that yet. So best bet is to hope for a mission that like gives us a reward of a Sorceress of some sort to help us out. But for now, we don't need that here. We can just get ourselves a Lord that is a Sorceress. So let's have a look at these people. Yes, loyalty is a thing with Dark Elves. Completely forgot about that. Generally, it's not too much of a problem, because as long as you continue to recruit into their armies and continue to win battles with them, they get more and more loyal. So yeah, we should be fine. It's if you stand them around for a long time, they start to lose loyalty. I think there's other things, like if you disband units from their armies as well, they lose loyalty, but we'll see. Most of these look okay. Leadership aura size plus 10, that's not very good. Tough's not great. We don't really want a Dreadlord. Shielder is strong, that's not really useful for her. Same as Sabbather. We need one that like increases winds of magic or something like that, or one like this, which increases weapon strength and melee attack for all units in the army. Very nice. Fleet-footed strategist is actually not too bad because of the campaign map movement range. Always a fan of that. Cruel, that's okay. We're not going to be sacking settlements all the time though. I think the best one is certainly Spiteful. It's a shame she has a name I can barely pronounce. What's that? Cecino? Leave me suggestions in the comments, guys, for what I should call her instead, because that ain't gonna stick. I can tell you that now. For now, I'm just gonna call her Cessia. Or Cessa. I don't know. Right, let's recruit her. And that cost us like 200 odd upkeep, I think.
Stand aside.
She's only got 3 loyalty. Great. Okay, we'll grab ourselves some Black Art Corsairs, and what I'm going to do is potentially move the Admiral back, and we will give the troops from Admiral Barsathar's army to her for the time being. Now each of these are going to cost 162 each to upkeep, which isn't too bad. I guess actually Lokhir's starting position, it is terrible. It's probably one of the hardest, I think, in Mortal Empires from my experience so far. But
do not vex us further.
It seems as though you're actually in a position to recruit 2 armies sooner than later, mainly because of the gold mine, which we are going to upgrade ASAP. So go ahead and do that. As soon as we can, we need to upgrade this to level 3 and get the walls. That's going to be relatively important. I did get a tip off of you guys as well that there's a Chaos Invasion that comes in for the Vortex campaign mechanics that will hit us. So that kind of sucks. Another reason. His starting position is really, really bad. Anyway, we're still not going to upgrade the Black Ark, I don't think. We can't really afford to. Although our income's much, much nicer now that we control the Star Tower. This is a tiny occupied elven colony. It gives us the income generated and income reports. I don't think we can actually get any other buildings here, right? Building browser, let's have a look. Or maybe we can, we just got to upgrade it first. Okay. Anyway, we have the Dark Elf Landing, plus the tiny occupied elven colony. I think that's taken up the initial slot, right? We get more slots. Yeah, it grants 2 construction slots. So we'll have an extra slot that we can build into. And honestly, I'll probably just build like an obsidian quarry. There's nothing worth building here until we can get the walls, and we'll definitely upgrade the walls ASAP. But there's so much income we can get. So the obsidian quarry, we can get the artisan's house. Loads of lovely stuff. Alright. But next stop is certainly Fuming Serpent. And we'll go up to Fuming Serpent. I'm not sure we're going to take Blood Swamps, but we might raise it if we can. Because I think that's owned by the same clan. And we'd want to destroy the clan if we declare war on them, that's for sure. Really not sure what Clan Pestilence is going to do, but they're sitting very near Chupayotol. And that kind of sucks if they decide to attack us there. What's our garrison like? Pretty terrible. Okay, great stuff. Imminent rebellion. Everything's going perfectly well. Let's carry on. Oh, here we are. Nothing really much happened in the end turn. And you'll notice, guys, from now on I will start cutting out the end turns and edit them away so that we have a lot more smooth gameplay, and hopefully you guys appreciate that. But let's go ahead and get Admiral Barsathar down here to Chupiotol. And we will give the units over to our army here. It's going to be pretty important that we destroy the Skaven rebels before they can get any bigger. One thing I did notice is that the Cold of Sotek took the Blood Swamps, which is perfect for us. Absolutely perfect. Because it means that they likely destroyed the Skaven at that position. So when we take the Fuming Serpent, it should wipe out the faction. Then what we can do is sail down and kill off Clan Pestilence. That will be the thing to do next. Right, I am going to have to move this down, which is kind of unfortunate for Lokhir because he needs the replenishment. But I guess it also depends if there's actually any units in the Fuming Serpent. Would it be better to stay on the water, I wonder? If we maintain replenishment by being on the water, then it would. Otherwise, we may as well just walk into their territory. I think we're just gonna run towards them. What's the worst that can happen, huh? We're actually still getting replenishment there. Is that just in range? It is. Okay, it won't be for long though, because I've got to move down here. And the only way we can do this, I believe, is by having her come out, take these, go back on land, and attack. Okay, and we'll just auto-resolve that. Lovely. This will actually level her up quite quickly, so this isn't too bad. Ooh, and we get a lot of slaves from that. Gimme, gimme. Right, now what we're going to do is raid our own land. Oh, we can't do it this turn. Alright, well we can just stand out the settlement for 2 turns and allow it to rebel again, and we'll just constantly farm the rebellions whilst our guy up here is doing his thing. So she has what law of magic? She's dark magic. So she has Chill Wind, she's got Blade Wind. I actually really like Blade Wind. I think it's pretty decent. Also Doom Bolt's pretty nice. So this magic is relatively decent. Blade Wind can be so good. It can misfire a little bit sometimes. Not necessarily miscast, but like in a sense that the ability, since it's vortex, flies off in a random direction towards your units. But either way, as usual, we will probably go for Route March first. Although, saying that, probably best to get Inspiring Presence first, then Route Marcher next, since we are just going to be fighting units nearby. We are, of course, going to recruit some more units. So just more Black Ark Corsairs. Since we do have the Dark Shards here, and which we can't recruit otherwise. And here we're going to start building the watchtowers. Blimey. Shush, woman. Shush, woman. Damn. Crying out. Okay. He's not going to get his replenishment because I moved this away. I guess what we could do is maybe try and move back a bit, but I don't think he's still going to be in range even if we do that, so we'll move him like so. Put him into Dread Expansion, then she can recruit those. And at least the Black Ark will be closer and able to provide support against the Fuming Serpent in the next turn. If we need it, which we might not. So there we go. So Black Ark upgrade available, we don't need to do that. Let's move on to the next turn. Okay, so we're ready to attack the Fuming Serpent. Let's go ahead and declare war against Clan Festa. And we will wipe them out. Goodbye. Yeah, we didn't need the Black Ark. That's all good. We shall just simply occupy this, I think. Again, I don't want to particularly affect the public order too much. And here it looks like the Corruption's actually going to go down now to 0, which is great. Vampiric Corruption's going to go up, which is kind of annoying. But at some point we'll come back and wipe out the Vampire Coast anyway, so not too bad. Eternal Hatred, a bit late for that. Plus 10% strength when fighting against High Elves. Might be nice a bit sooner, but there we go. Let's take Line Breaker, which gives us plus 6 melee attack now, alongside the melee defense bonus for these Black Ark Corsairs. So they are actually going to be really strong now, especially this early in the game. And what we're going to do is then have him come down and join Cecir in attacking Clan Pestilence. Okay. So, yeah, we're not going to have her in the settlement. Actually, no, we can't put her in the settlement, otherwise it won't rebel. So we will just stand her behind the settlement, and we'll grab some more Black Ark Corsairs, of course. Okay. We're going to keep Lokhir in the settlement for this turn. There is the option to right-click and put him in the sea, but I think I want to maintain the public order here for this turn, so we'll do that. Great. I can probably send slaves here. It might be better to do so than here. Although actually, no, it wouldn't. No, we're going to actually stop slaves from being pushed here. Because I don't want the public order to go down in the Volcanic Highlands, since both of our armies are going to be in Headhunter's Jungle for a little while, taking out Clan Pestilence. So that's going to be our next thing to do. Oh, we can actually issue our first commandment. I believe there's a right that requires us, yeah, to have a commandment. The Highborn Hostages commandment. So we'll go ahead and put that on. I believe that's the public order one. Yeah, nice. So we'll go ahead and do that. And that should help us out. Okay, great. This has gone very well so far in this campaign. Probably just jinxed it. Gonna have like the lizard men randomly declare war on me or something. Still got the Cecir screaming in my ear. Alright, I'm just gonna say I might have to install the anti-scream in my ear mod. If that's actually a thing. Because this woman, the entirety of the end turn, was just screaming. Just screaming. Okay, we can go and attack these guys, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. We can probably auto-resolve this, but I actually don't trust auto-resolving it like this. So we're going to jump in and just run our Black Ark Corsairs towards them, use our Dark Conduit, all that good stuff. And should be simple. As long as we kind of turn off guard mode, keep chasing them, the slingers there won't do too much damage. They are night runners, but as you can see they can't fire around themselves, so as long as we keep running towards them they won't do any damage. But it gives us a chance to try out her magic. She does have the Assault of Stone. Medium strike area, bombardment spell. Okay. Let's start the battle. And we're just going to group these up. And I'm going to give them a locked control group. And we'll just give them the attack order. I'll also move forwards our Supreme Sorceress. Let's have a good look at her. Haven't had a good look yet. There she is. Alright, how does this work? And what's the range on it? It's actually a pretty big range, and it's actually a relatively large strike zone.
Dark Sorceress.
But yeah, we're going to have the Dark Conduit available. I wonder if it will do a lot of damage against their leader. Because it might be worth just engaging their leader in melee combat. And going from there. I think I'm just going to wait until we engage though. Our wall of Black Ark Corsairs are charging on. the damage is going to be so minimal from these slingers before they have to start running. And the units on the flanks can be the ones to just run around the side and keep chasing. Ooh, ouch. Hello Gracie, how you doing? I can do that too. I'm just waiting for a better opportunity. There we go. Alright, let's give these orders to chase, and we need to turn off guard mode. Alright, I'm going to have her just get involved in the melee and just blow up one of these units, probably the clan rats here. Alright, so we'll just run her straight into the middle. Go on, get in there. And we'll Dark Conduit on her. And we'll use our abilities here. Blow up those guys. Oh, I completely forgot that that cancels Dark Conduit. And what's nice about Dark Conduit is it doesn't actually hit our own unit, so it doesn't really matter how close to friendly units we are, but that's... the clan rat's completely destroyed. They are just goners. Great. Let's continue here. So the Assault of Stone. It's gone on cooldown. We didn't use it, did we? Oh, Dark Conduit puts them on cooldown, doesn't it? Yep, okay. Completely forgot about that part of the spell. Oh well, we caught up to the Night Runners briefly. Looks like they're still going to keep running. We're going to have to make sure that we keep running them down. I can slow them with the spells from our Sorceress. Now those clan rats, we'll use the Cain's Lash, it's the accurate one. They're going to be on the edge of the map soon, so we should catch up.
Supreme Sorceress.
Corsairs, following orders.
Okay, right, we really caught up to them here. Let's just drop the nukes from orbit. Fantastic. We'll get the magic down here as well, probably. I do want to try out this ability. I want to see what it's like. See if it does a lot of friendly fire or not. Alright, 8 seconds, and then it comes down. Oh boy! That's actually stronger than I thought it would be. And we'll get this ability down over here as well. He is being slapped by the Gracier a bit. But he's going to drop his morale now. Okay, great stuff. Let's just end the battle. Decisive victory. If we can attack them again, then I will. We can probably auto-resolve it the second time round. He took a bit more damage than I would have liked, but all of my Corsairs staying healthy. Yeah, this is great for like experience farming. All these blimmin' rebellions. We will take more slaves, thank you very much. Yeah, they're gonna run away. Hopefully still in range. Yep, great. Goodbye. And this is going to help us also with the loyalty over time. So improve it by winning battles, recruiting units, and what else does it say? Diplomatic treaties, equipping items, or completing missions. So we will take the slaves again, although I'm kind of tempted to take the murder captives. Let's do that. Get ourselves some experience. We'll move back. That won't rebel this turn, but it will it will in the next turn. Rebel, that is. And let's get the Brute Marcher. She's leveled up twice. So I'm tempted to go for Linebreaker here as well, for the bonuses to Black Art Corsairs. But eventually she's probably going to have a completely different army. We could go for Hecate's Blessing. Or I could just get some of the skills down. Yeah, let's go through the skills first.
So much.
Get her powerful, and then we can go from there. Alright, so we could in fact actually go and attack the Vampire Coast straight away and wipe them out. That's another major faction to destroy. But for now, I think it's more important that we get rid of the Skaven, because the Skaven corruption is just a pain to get rid of. I guess the Vampiric corruption is going to be a pain to get rid of, but that's less of a priority, since we're currently sharing the province here with Skaven, so it's only going to get worse.
Feel my power.
She needs to recruit more troops, have some more Black Art Corsairs. And our technology is done. So we probably should have got naval training first, because then the Black Arts we just recruited would have been rank 2 straight off the bat, but probably still a good idea to get it now. Okay.
Supreme sorceress.
Let's end the turn. Hopefully Clan Pestilence hasn't grown too much. Their strength is apparently still weaker than us, so that's good. It's also nice that we're not at war with too many people at the moment. I don't think we're at war with anyone, since we wiped out Clan Festa that we declared war on, and we've wiped out Teclis, of course. So yeah, Clan Pestilence will be the only people we're at war with, which is nice. A loyalty critical. Cessia. Grave news. Rumours have emerged that Cessia has been talking openly of your incompetence. Worse still, it would seem that their loyalty has slipped to such a dangerous degree that there is evidence that they have made preparations to cast off the shackles of your rule. Well, that's rather annoying. Why has it gone down when we've been winning? I do not understand. Maybe it doesn't work against rebellions? Maybe that's why. Anyway. We can maybe use her to attack Mangrove Coast.
Guided by authority.
If we can,
Oh, damn it.
and then we can move Lokhir in with a fast move. We are going to declare war on Clan Pestilence. I think he can get here and in range. If he can do it in normal stance, then we'll do that. No, he won't be in range. Let's do that. We'll bring down these guys. Get my Black Ark over here. Not too far, because we don't want the army to just jump on the water and destroy it. But should be in range to attack. And she's leading the attack. Oh, he's not actually on the land yet. That doesn't really help, does it? Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, surely he can help. Right. Well, that's an auto-resolve. That would have been pretty simple. I don't think there was any walls, so there we go. Oh, we might as well loot and occupy. Since the rebellion's going to be here anyway. And we've got, you know, minus 91 public order as it is. So there we go. Right, let's upgrade this to get us more income. It's only going to be like 75 more income, but the sooner we make it, the sooner it will pay itself off. We will go for Blade Wind, of course, with our Sorceress, and yeah, hopefully her loyalty will go up this turn because she took us adamant. I really don't like the loyalty mechanics for Dark Elves. It doesn't make sense sometimes. Right, we have the money to build that, so we'll upgrade the Black Ark. And should we recruit as well? I'm a bit concerned about actually recruiting into her army because she's going to likely disappear soon. I'm going to grab a couple of Black Ark Corsairs with hand bows just because they're useful against certain units. Like any skirmishing units. So for example, the Night Runners, when they run away, if we're using Black Ark Corsairs with hand bows, the hand bows can still shoot before they get into melee. So that's, I think, worth it. Right, let's end the turn. We're doing okay. We just need to go and wipe out Skrulk himself. Wait, has the rebellion popped up? That's annoying. I thought it would pop up near Mangrove. Maybe it's because it's only a level 1 settlement. Also, did I fix the buildings? Pretty sure I did.
Your prestige grows, my lord. News of your conquests spreads far and wide. Your developing power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
Well, there we go. The first chapter objective successful, and that gave us a lot of income. Very nice. An extra 6,000. We completed 4 out of 5 of the bonus objectives. Wow. Okay, so now we have the next chapter or objective issued. Druki of Distinction. Most inhabitants of the cities despoiled by the Kraken Lord in Lustria and beyond have, unsurprisingly, taken to resisting his demands of subservience. Lokhir's power may be in the ascendancy, but it still remains too risky for him to return to Naggaroth without a sufficiently elevated reputation, which will surely come with taking more swathes of territory abroad. So what are our new chapter objectives? We kind of completed the last ones, almost just accidentally, not intentionally. Recruit 1 hero, reach rank 10, earn 2,500 from raiding, probably not going to happen. Capture 2,000 battle captives, that might happen. And recruit a war hydra, probably not going to happen. Okay, so Lokhir, I think, is the only one that's actually in range to attack this army, which is kind of awkward.
Admiral of Khan's fleets.
He's actually still not in range. Okay, well, she's actually gone up in loyalty. Fantastic. But we're going to have her come on the water here. And actually, maybe I should just get her into Chupiotol. I probably should have done that.
We are ready to riot.
Yeah, we should get her in there because that army is way too close for comfort. Right, and then we'll have Lokhir head towards Oxel. We'll have him stay in friendly territory. I'm actually tempted to switch some Dread Spears for Black Ark Corsairs, but they do actually get the same bonus as Black Ark Corsairs, I believe. Okay. And what we'll end up doing is likely just sieging Oxel until she gets there. Or maybe we can just take on Skrulk with Lokhir, but we'll have to wait and see. It might be quite a difficult battle if there's like a full army in there. We're definitely going to upgrade the main settlement first, so let's start doing that. I am going to have to send an army over there soon. Maybe I'll have to recruit another peacekeeping army at the Star Tower. I guess it would be vampiric rebellions
Spreaders of sickness and
eventually, but initially Skaven rebellions. Anyway. Settlement upgrade available at Mangrove Coast. We will of course do that. And our rights, we can go for the Sacrifice to Authority, which will give +8 public order in all provinces, and on turn start, lords have a chance to gain 2 loyalty. I mean, that actually might be worth doing for the time being, just so that we can slow down the rebellion at the Volcanic Islands and also improve the loyalty of Sasir, because he's just being annoying. Classic Dark Elves. Okay. And unfortunately, it's been my time. So we are going to leave it here. In the next episode, we will be attacking Clan Pestilence at Oixol, and we will hopefully be killing off the rebellion And then we need to deal with the Star Tower, although that'll be slowed down, so I don't think that'll be a problem at least next episode. Maybe maybe the one after. We will see. That's it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.